So welcome to the webinar, everyone. I'm Clive.
And I'm Louis. Thanks for joining.
And today we're going to talk about BIM planning made simple. Our mantra, our motto, it's on the backs of our shirts, Smart Lean BIM. It's our trademark. It's about the right BIM at the right time, by the right people, but specifically for the right reasons. This is the real reason why we get out of bed every morning, and we want to help our industry to get to this place. Today we'll have an introduction talking about why we're here. We'll have the first part, which is BIM execution plans, and rather than being put in the bottom of a drawer, but creating this time something that's useful.
Right. We'll also talk about BIM scopes, not just that you can understand, but everyone, and
that would be pretty cool.
Also agree on. Right?
And then BIM timelines that really manage themselves. It's not dictated by one person. It's actually collaborative and across the board. BIM is used for a lot of different things, but the models that are created for lots of different purposes, therefore. So a marketing model, is that the same 3D model as you might use for clash detection?
Probably not.
Probably not. And not the same one that's used even in facilities either.
Definitely not. Yeah.
So there's more and less different aspects that are required for all of these different BIM uses. And this is a problem in our industry. It's a problem because there's already a lot of miscommunication, and we're introducing this new concept of BIM, still new, been around 20 odd years, but it's still new for a lot of teams. And this has been a real challenge, and it's actually supposed to be saving us time and money, and it's estimated to actually cost us quite a lot. That's because owners have a different opinion of what they would like in BIM, them versus the architect versus the contractor. And if we don't have alignment, we're going to come into some serious problems.
Right. And it really starts at the beginning where that misalignment can be. So, that contract, the BIM execution plan, this is the very beginning of how to get there. And when we do attempt to create that BIM execution plan, we start looking at how do we do that? What is there a tool that can help us, or guidelines or standards? So when we look at the AEC industry, we have plenty of authoring, analysis, use tools, a lot of which you're probably using today. And each one of those have different standards. Each one of those have different workflows. And when we go back to the planning, we use a lot of management tools that are very good.
They're great. They're traditional tools.
Their own purposes. But when it comes to BIM, we tend to find workarounds to try to make them work for us. We find ourselves creating these huge spreadsheets and trying to interact with them.
They're fantastic tools. They're fantastic tools, but they're not dedicated for our industry.
Right.
And they're also disconnected. You have a document or a spreadsheet or a PDF contract or a schedule or a program or a Trello board. There are completely different tools. Mm-hmm. And so this has been a challenge, and this inefficient working has been something that we've really heard from the industry, and that's what we focused on and trying to solve. This question came up: what if it was a dedicated solution?
What if there was a dedicated
What if there was
solution,
one?
Right?
And it solved those challenges, and if it was online, you had templates in the solution, and it was really collaborative. And I think that that's the biggest thing, is collaboration. Yeah. Nobody can really agree to something that they don't understand or they don't have input in. So when we went through this workflow, it was all about how can we bring more people into the decision-making process and make sure that they truly understand what they're signing up to, and make it collaborative enough so that it's not just collaborative in the creation stage, but also collaborative in the execution stage. And the solution that we look at is 3 modules: plan, scope, and track. We'll go through a demo of each of those. It is free to join. The first module, BIM execution planning. The concept here is, if you are able to collaborate and not just dictate, then we can have an agreement between many parties. We can also have a training and a platform that people can learn from, not just experience a contract that they can't understand.
Yeah, one of the most common things I hear, they're either in the process of updating templates or creating standards for their company. So how can we make that more efficient for those who are just getting started? It is something that takes time to create. And, we have templates available. We have a lot of that head start kind of feeling when you first enter the app, especially in this module.
But it's also revolving around your own standards. So if you have something already, it's a platform, a framework to build on that and to continuously improve what you do have already. And yes, this will be recorded and we will be sharing everything, in slides included afterwards, so you can share it with your teams. The second module is the scoping module, being able to visually agree on who does what, when, and why. It's tied to a reason and it's visual. We found that this is kind of like an aha moment for us, was instead of writing a sentence about what might happen.
This is a very visual way to come in, whether you're a subcontractor, project manager, contractor, architect, owner, to come in and visually see who is doing what at what specific time and what their real responsibility is.
And then the third module, it's about tracking what you've just agreed to. And the great thing is that everything that you've scoped and assigned to people generates a task automatically. And that task can be scheduled out so that a program of delivery and assignments can be made. And then instead of a team having to update thousands of lines on a Gantt chart by one person, it's actually a distributed and very easy to manage. And we joke about it, but it manages itself because everybody manages their own tasks, and simply just drags and drops on a board to be able to update progress.
Yeah, it's definitely a good opportunity to get teams who are used to scheduling by themselves, isolated, and then now it's just they can continue doing that, but it's all in one place where we can just merge all that together with a couple filters. So let's get started with part one.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So we're going to dip into some demos.